paper magic will survive like the heat death of the universe, and will...
Oh, it's a smuggler's copter. Would you like to crew this? And then it crashes because they don't understand arithmetic.
All your cards belong to me.
2 minutes into macing him in the eyeballs, I switched to pepper spray. He's like, yeah, it's all right, refreshing. And went back to the mace.
Magic is dying. I'm done. Selling everything.
I might be a hoarder. And yes,
I don't have the crayons or glue to explain this to you right now.
What, are you gonna die twice?
Oil will be worthless before magic cards will.
Well, okay, Dr. Man.
That's Mr. Dr. Professor Jason. Greetings and welcome to another episode of Brainstorm Brewery. On tonight's show, we're taking a deep dive into the financial side of Magic the Gathering. We'll be talking about the latest trends in the secondary market for Magic cards and offering tips and strategies for building a profitable collection. Whether you're looking to invest in the game for the long term or just looking to make a quick buck, this is the episode for you. So grab your ledgers and get ready for a lesson in Magic finance with Brainstorm Brewery.
What the f*** was that?
We fed 1,000 intros to an AI bot.
That was ChatGPT's introduction to Brainstorm Brewery.
That's better than anything we've ever done. What the hell?
But it can't be better than anything we've ever done because it's
How did an
literally
AI put in more effort than we ever have?
Look, it's an amalgamation of what we've done. It literally can't be something we haven't done. We've said all of those words individually.
Not in that order.
Well, that's the perfect encapsulation of AI because it is a very professional, clean opening, and that has nothing to do with this podcast. You're neither professional nor clean.
That's right. Speaking of,
go
ahead.
I'm gonna be honest. I expected the reaction to that to be much more negative, and so I asked it to provide a reply to a complaint about the above introduction, but I did not ask it to provide a reply to a compliment about the above introduction. So
and today, DJ learned what happens when you assume the worst of people.
To complete my due diligence, I will pretend that you hated that, and I will read
did.
Okay. Dear complaining person, thank you for reaching out to us about the recent introduction for tonight's Brainstorm Brewer episode.
I didn't. DJ did beforehand. Go on.
We appreciate your feedback and take all comments and concerns seriously. We understand that the focus on the financial aspect of Magic the Gathering may not be to everyone's taste, but it's important to note that this is a topic that many players are interested in and find valuable. Our goal with the show is to provide a variety of perspectives and approaches to the game.
No, it's not.
And to give our listeners the information they need to make informed decisions.
No, it isn't.
There's a third paragraph, Jason. We apologize that the focus on finance is not what you were hoping for, but we do hope that you'll continue to tune into future episodes, as we'll be covering a wide range of topics related to Magic the Gathering. Thank you again for your feedback, and we hope to hear again from you soon. Best regards, the Brainstorm Brewery team.
That wasn't us.
I'm no longer worried about AI. Just like that, I'm not worried.
I gotta go.
I was worried about deepfakes until that grab them by the video came out, and instead of being like, it was faked, Crooked Hillary's using deepfakes, he's just like, yeah, sometimes you gotta grab a broad by the and it didn't matter. So yeah, AI is a problem, but we're just gonna pretend that it doesn't matter.
We were watching some videos before, so apparently there's some new deepfake AI technology here, and all I know is hearing Joe Biden say, "All right, what was the line, Cass? I don't want to get it wrong."
So purple, it should be asking, "Where's Ronald?"
See, that's good on so many levels because that's like a throw. Like McDonald's doesn't do those characters anymore, you know? That's amazing.
Why not? By the way,
I was just gonna say, can we talk about that? One guy dresses up in a clown outfit and stabs two people, and that ruins a timeless American classic. Really,
we got rid of the Fry Kids, Grimace, the Hamburglar, the guy who is the elected official and his head is a burger for some reason. And then his brother is a burger-headed cop. Is that right? So the police and the mayor. So the law enforcement
of McDonald's, the mayor of McDonald's, yeah.
Yeah. And the judicial wing of McDonald's are run by the same corrupt family.
Yeah.
And you wonder why McDonald's has so many problems.
McDonald's
because they haven't had a free and fair election in Fryland in probably 70 years.
And that's why, DJ, we don't have those characters anymore.
Yep.
They went full fascist and
They
on
were
their
such
own.
a big part of my childhood. Like, I would trade the Magic Netflix show for that McDonald's show in an instant.
Well, they're both
wouldn't-
nothing, so yeah.
A boy asked for a girl's Happy Meal toy, and Mayor McCheese freaked out and started banning anybody who's a drag queen that eats at McDonald's because it's the only thing open after a drag show.
We
Get the
have
fuck
to
out.
stop these children from getting condiment reassignment surgery. You were born with mustard. You live with mustard. Okay.
I have a hot take here. I actually think the movie It killed Ronald McDonald.
No, we just moved past the era of like consumable mascots for brands. Remember when Disney Channel used
Which
to have
is such
fucking
a shame.
Zoogs? Y'all remember
What about-
Zoogs?
No,
What
I
about
don't remember.
Pepsi Man?
Zoogs.
What about Pepsi Man?
What about
Pepsi
Bible
Man was that's just what they do in Japan.
Okay,
It's like you
I
put the
think-
logo on spandex and it's that guy's thing what they are plus man and that's it.
Eminem.
How perfect is that the soy sauce was already called Kiko Man? What is the mascot of Kiko Man soy sauce going to be? I don't know. How about Kiko Man? Okay, we did it. Early lunch. All right.
Eminem still have spokespeople.
No.
Okay. They do.
They have
Get
one
canceled.
now.
No,
got
they're not.
no,
They're not
listen.
hot anymore, though.
Listen, DJ.
Isn't
They
it
got-
Maya Rudolph now?
They got canceled, but then and McDonald's said, "Look, we're not doing them anymore." But then they started doing a bunch of "Where were you" commercials, where with the
It's just
M&Ms.
the baby nut thing again. It's just the baby nut. You know what I'm talking about? When they had the Planters peanut guy die and there was a baby nut and they called him baby nut, like just straight faced.
I mean, that's like, what, 2 years ago Super Bowl, I think?
They
Like,
don't know
I
what
think
to
it was-
do with the Super Bowl. You remember everybody talked about that Budweiser commercial in '93 for like
do. I
5
do.
years?
What's
we didn't have the
up?
internet. We didn't
I'm a-
have the internet. No, dude, the Three Frogs. The Was Up
I'm a-
thing was like '98.
My bad.
The Three Frogs, remember? Budweiser.
Oh,
and everyone.
you're right.
That was
You're right,
so
I
dumb.
do.
The Simpsons made fun of it. It
Oh,
was
God,
like
I actually
part
do
of the
remember that.
zeitgeist for literal years because we didn't have the internet.
The Super
Memes
Bowl
are
used
allowed
to matter. Yeah.
To show up, it's baby nut. Everyone feels weird. It goes away.
The internet
I-
definitely ruined the Super Bowl commercials. Maybe.
Can you imagine if we were talking about that Peloton ad 3 years later? Can you imagine?
Well, it did kill.
Or
that.
like the Super Bowl commercial where it's like, "Do you have insurance? Because this kid just died." Like, what about those? I would
Super Bowl-
love to talk about those.
I
for
watched
5
the
years.
entire Super Bowl. Super Bowl. All the commercials were trash. Game was great.
I was a really big fan of
Did
the
the
Blue Moon
49ers
ad.
win?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, good. They were avenged, so in a way they won.
Yeah.
I kind of wish the Eagles had won because I think happy rioting would have concluded faster than angry rioting.
That's not the problem, though, Jason. There would have been a parade on Saturday in the middle of the Pro Tour that shut down downtown Philadelphia.
So I have to choose between having my car tipped over and a battery thrown at my head or a parade?
No, they're the same thing in Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I'm not going to dress like Santa Claus, so I probably won't get a battery.
You're
thrown
safe
at
from
me.
the batteries, yeah. I hope no one, if anyone out there is from Philly, we'll have ChatGPT write you an
Your
apology.
whole town. I wish it was 2010 again.
What does
I
that
wish
even
we were.
mean?
I wish we
I
were
don't
going to
know
the
what that
convention
means.
center after the Flyers lost in Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals. I wish we could be there for that.
Okay.
Me wearing a Blackhawks jersey, just getting thrown at me. It sounds fun. Let's do it. Let's be super aggro this year. Let's go to Philly and just piss people off.
You're welcome to do that.
Well, what I'm upset about is the Kraken were playing the Flyers in town yesterday, and not next weekend.
Are there not
That
any
would've
games
been-
going on while we're there?
No.
That was
I'm
fun
gonna
in
get-
Vegas when we did that. Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
get
don't-
very good mileage out of
DJ
this.
DJ and I went to a hockey game. In
Flyers
Vegas.
got 3 road games that weekend.
I'm gonna get very good mileage out of this apology GPT thing because the intro to the podcast was we are taking a deep dive into the financial side of Magic the Gathering.
No, we're not.
And
We're
then-
talking
we are.
about our own very
what we're doing.
extremely narrow niches and refusing to change our viewpoint from them whatsoever. Because that's what we've been doing for 8 years. And if my way's wrong,
Jason,
what the
it's
fuck am I
long.
doing with my life?
It's 8. Jason's a lot longer than 8 years.
No.
Don't change your viewpoint, though.
I started in 2011.
You're right. Good point.
We could get cities to be secret lairs. Like New York is just swamp. Like that's pretty.
Well, that's DC.
DC is just swamp.
The
sure.
DC's the swamp, bro. It's got to get drained.
DC is a drained swamp, though.
Unlike Ohio, which is a very undrained swamp.
I'm so close to that disaster. That dumped 1 million gallons of vinyl chloride into the Ohio River.
Is that bad?
Yeah.
It'll take a couple hundred years for the ecological systems to recover. It's fine. We'll be around then.
Life is a nightmare, and companies that do that can just go, well, we made a whoopsie goof. You're mad. We have to pay for a whole new train.
Good point.
We were going to sell that vinyl chloride, and now?
Jason
Who's
was
the
right.
real victim here?
BP was the real victim. It was like, we were going to sell that oil. Now it's all in seal's fur. This sucks.
We were talking about this in the chat group, and Jason was a little correct when he said that I absolutely have no idea what vinyl does in the atmosphere.
No. What happened was DJ said, "Hey Corbin, what's what's the journalistic?"
Well, listen, there's a bunch of fake news.
And I was
about
like,
it,
"Well,
but go
the journalist would say, I never took a science class, and I don't know what vinyl or chloride is, but they make records out of vinyl, and records are safe, so I think it'll be fine." Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to write about how for the last 2 months, the temperature of the climate has gone down, and the year-over-year trend is, up half a degree, but it's down these 2 months. I'm a journalist. I took journalism classes, and now I write about science. Unless I want to write a book about Alexander Hamilton that they'll make into a musical, and I won't do any research, but neither will Lin-Manuel Miranda, and everything is terrible. Why does everything have to
That was so
suck?
hyper-specific, and I don't know. That's
Did y'all hear that aliens are real?
Oh, yeah.
The government's
I
gonna
hope
drop
so.
aliens to cover
They're
this
just
up.
waiting for us to die from climate change. They're just circling the planet like buzzards.
Okay, well,
It's like, dude, I want their lithium now. It's like, wait, they're going to wipe themselves out. It's
Jason,
fine.
I have
them
a
a couple
question
weeks.
for you. I have a question, though.
What?
Like, there's 2 events happening in the world right now, okay?
Yeah.
There was an unexplained train explosion of dangerous chemicals in Ohio.
It
just a
derailed.
few-
That was explained.
And just a few miles down the road, in your neck of the woods, we're shooting down UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like retaliation to me.
Oh, so the aliens knocked off a train, so we took out one of their UFOs? That makes sense.
Well, I was thinking more the other way, right? We took out a UFO a few weeks ago, and they were like, fuck this train. Find the vinyl records, blow them all up. Humans love those.
I'm just going to say, this is a finance podcast, right? We should be talking about how this vinyl shortage is going to make it so the new Harry Styles record is very expensive. Was that joke anything? Was that anything at all?
Sometimes I think about I watched a podcast once about like the fall of the Twin Towers, which you shouldn't forget about. And
It wasn't a podcast. It was called Quick Change, and it was the only source that was willing to tell the truth.
well, there was a story about how somebody watched the towers fall in New York on like a TV screen in a bar, and his first thought was, I should buy gold.
That was a documentary called The Corporation.
Okay.
And it was a guy who said he was a professional headhunter, and he had like not enough hair to gel his hair up into spikes. That's all I remember. Also the name of the movie, but not the guy. But
Well, thank you for telling people where to go find it so they can enjoy it themselves.
yeah, but why do I know that?
That's an excellent
I saw that
question.
movie in college. I couldn't tell you shit
That
about
was only
vinyl
a few
chloride.
years ago. That was a few years ago.
I could tell you a fucking thing about vinyl chloride, but I know the name of a guy who said I should buy gold in a movie I saw in 2004. My brain fucking sucks, man.
Yeah, but Jason, on the one hand, sometimes you swing and you miss like that, but on the other hand, sometimes it's speed, you know?
Sometimes it is speed.
And
Yeah,
sometimes
Keanu
you-
Reeves could have easily said that.
Yeah, I agree. All right,
On-
let's go ahead.
If this bus blows up, I should buy bus tokens.
I'm gonna give Jason a chance to unbreak his brain and feel the extreme dopamine of being smart in our game of Breaking Bulk.
Breaking bulk time. Breaking bulk time. Break.
Oh, yeah, Breaking Bulk. There's so much good stuff.
It's a pick. Breaking bulk. The end.
For those who don't know,
Why are you... You said
Let
you
him.
wanted to do the intro,
Fucking
and
let him.
Corbin's just...
Let him
Let him,
cook.
bro. Let him.
He's just watching.
Let him cook. Let this man cook.
Let him cuck, is that what you said? Because you're just watching him fucking do your job.
I made show notes. He's ignoring them. Let him cook.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, like ignoring the show notes is not the standard protocol.
Yep.
There are show notes?
Think of
Hey,
the show notes.
Make sure you wear a Oh, okay.
All right, Jason, you've been teed up. What's your breaking bulk that's sure to stump DJ?
Oh, it's from Kaladesh, I think. No, it's not. It's from the other one. What's the other one?
Ether Revolt?
Aether Revolt.
It's Aether.
Those set symbols are basically.
It's Ether.
It's pronounced Aether.
It is Ether. Literally,
It's
the word.
pronounced either
Listen,
way.
listen. The word is Aether, but on Kaladesh, it's pronounced Ether. This was literally a part of the world building panel.
That
Yeah, but
sucks.
these are the same people that thought it would be fine to have a Kaladesh creature that was 7-Eleven, so I'm not going to take their
You never
advice
forgot.
on
You never forgot about it.
it. Never forget 7-Eleven. That's
Where were
racist
you?
of them.
When the big gulp ran dry.
These colors don't run unless they are crude by kids who can't afford college. This army of one takes all of your high school C students, because the D students become cops.
All right, breaking bulk. What do you got, Jason?
Aether Revolt
It's
something.
Aether Revolt, white creature.
Felidar Guardian?
No.
Is it the like weird vampire Nighthawk stand-in, the white one?
No,
Ooh,
close.
aerial something. That card's
Responder,
cool.
I think. Aerial Responder.
Something like that. No,
That's
it's not
cool.
that.
That's
Close,
a good
though.
guess, though.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, it's a
dwarf.
great guess.
Close? So, what is close to just a keyword stat stick?
Like another dwarf, maybe? Is it the guy that crews vehicles? That's a red-white, though. No.
No, that's
Nah, that's the Paula.
It was like
that's
the two-mana one.
dwarf.
Veteran
Yeah.
Motorist is what I was thinking of.
Motorist is a good one.
You
Yeah,
guys
that card is
stumped?
You said white, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
white.
yeah.
It's a white creature. It's uncommon. It's on the list, and it was also printed in Aether Revolt.
So
So
that
it's gotta
set
be a
had
dwarf.
that set had fabricate. Is there fabricate that matters?
It's got to be a dwarf because it's.
It's not a dwarf. Are you guys stumped?
Okay.
You're
I'm
in a real
stumped.
trouble with this
Yeah,
one.
you.
It's
Alright.
actually Felidar Guardian. Yeah.
Fuck you.
Despite getting a reprint on the list and being banned in standard, Felidar Guardian's like $150 right now retail. So yeah, pick those up. I mean, DJ might not pick them out of bulk because he didn't get this one, but if you have Felidar Guardians, pull them out of your bulk. They're getting better with all the blink stuff in the new Phyrexia set.
Not a fan
Also,
of this narrative, but I will continue the timeline.
It
It
was a
also-
good pick, and you know it.
It's a part of the combo with the Vivian from Streets of New Capenna. That also probably doesn't hurt it.
Fellow
Yeah.
Guardian is just a piece, right? It fits in a lot of.
Yeah.
It's a cube card. It's just sweet.
Kiki-jiki things, etc.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna pop in here with a. This is a rare from Kaldheim that within the past 12 months, really within
Well, that
the
narrows
past-
it down, considering every
Listen.
rare from Kaldheim is bulk.
Within the past 6 months, this card has gone from near bulk, about 75 cents, to $3 plus. It's a blue rare.
It's like reflections of.
Is it the snow one that you?
No, yeah, no, Cass
Scry
nailed it.
X?
Cass nailed it. Reflections
okay.
of
Littjara?
Littjara.
That was bulk.
Littjara.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It was 80.
Oh.
It was 75 cents market price last year. And obviously when it came out, it was super bulk. But within the past 6 months, it was $1. It's now $4,
It's a
$3 to
great
$4.
card.
So yeah,
I have a bunch of those because I was too lazy to sell them.
get on it.
Fair.
All
I'll
right.
hit 80 cents again. I'll be like, easy come, easy go.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
hodling.
That was a great strategy for Magic until it wasn't.
It was a great strategy until it.
Like, listen, I have all these cards, right? And they're just sitting in closets. And for years, it was like, oh, this is working out fine. But now, like, it's not. It's not working out fine anymore. All right, DJ, Breaking Bulk. What you got?
I have an Ixalan Black Uncommon.
Is it Ixalan?
It is
Oh, it's
Ixalan, not
just-
Rivals of Ixalan. Just
It's
Ixalan.
not Chupacabra?
It is not Chupacabra.
Oh, that was Rivals, wasn't it?
Chupacabra.
Is it what like the Pirate Lord is, or the Pirate Fetcher, the one that searches. I don't remember if that was in.
That is a
Rivals
good
or
guess,
not.
but no, I
don't remember what it's
the
called.
Forerunners might have been in
Kite Sail?
Rivals.
Forerunners,
It's not Kite Sail
yeah.
Freebirder.
You said this is what? What's the rarity?
Uncommon.
Black uncommon.
I don't think it has. It is no reprints. No reprints ever.
It's probably like some creature that cares about other creatures dying.
It is not a creature.
Damn it.
That doesn't narrow it down.
All right, I played the hell out of this set. Black,
Yeah.
uncommon, and
because I was like, was Walk the Plank a common?
That was an uncommon.
No, that was
Walk the
uncommon.
Plank was a good guess, though. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, is it that enchantment?
Which
The
enchantment?
the one where if you attack or
Raiders
something?
Wake.
Yep.
Raiders
yeah,
Wake.
I'll give it to him. Raiders Wake is the slightly better, slightly worse Megrim, depending on what you're doing. Whenever an opponent discards a card, that player loses 2 life. But as Jason said at the beginning of your end step, if you attacked with a creature this turn, target opponent discards a card. So it also does life loss, not damage, which has its ups and downs. But yeah, I'd list these for like 75, 80 cents on TCG. Card Kingdom sometimes buys them. They're not right now, but the card is definitely pickable, and I would highly recommend anybody to pull them if they see them.
That is a good card. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
I thought Corbin was going to guess it because I assumed you played it in your Bolas tribal deck.
I thought about it. I don't, but I mean, it is a good card. All right, Cass, what do you got?
I have a don't be mad. Don't be mad, first off. I have an
Preface
Adventures of the
this.
Forgotten Realm token.
I'm mad.
Don't be
I'm mad.
upset even.
I'm big mad.
Disconcerted.
Is it
maybe.
a dungeon? Is it a dungeon? Well, it's a different set, right? Is it a dungeon?
Is it a
the
dun-
Lost
no.
Mine of Pindlehaven?
It is a card of the token rarity from the set Adventures of the Forgotten Realms.
Adventures of the Forgotten Realms or Adventures of the Forgotten Realms Commander?
Adventures of the Forgotten Realms.
Now I know how Jason feels.
Yes.
I found this one organically because I had to buy one.
Oh shit.
I am empathizing so hard with Jason at newest cast member picks bullshit card. Like that's
Is it a treasure token?
No,
You monster.
I'm just gonna give it because you're not gonna get it. It is a dungeon, but I wasn't gonna say that because that answers it. I can't just give it away. It is
I can't
specifically
name them all. Yeah.
It is specifically the double-sided token, Dungeon of the Mad Mage. On the back is Tomb of Annihilation, so it has 2 different dungeons, and it's like $1.50. And I had to
Isn't
buy
there
one.
like a larger than normal Magic card size dungeon? Isn't that a thing?
I think there's
feel
one
like
for
I
the
have
initiative. I had to buy one because my Legacy Alurin deck plays one Asarak, the Archlich or whatever, as a win condition
Yeah.
with Alurin.
That's awesome.
So I paid $1.50 for a token, and then I got shipped the wrong one.
It's not Asarak, it's a Sururak. For no reason. They
You
just
can
did that
eat
to us.
The farts out of the dankest part of my ass, my guy.
A Sururak.
it's Lord High Artificer.
It's Obzon. It's Ether. All of them sound so wrong and terrible.
It's Abzan.
It's okay to put a 7-11 creature in the Indian theme set.
It's Abzan.
It's Leviathan, not Leviathan.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
all these sound like
exactly.
J.K. Rowling pronunciations. Like
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, I have a topic for you guys, and this is getting sprung on everyone else. It's a surprise. It is time for the MTG Stocks Game. If you don't know, the MTG Stocks Game is courtesy of our generous sponsor, MTG Stocks, and this is where I give a list, and we've been expanding the definition of what is allowed in these lists to the rest of the crew here, and we get to see if they're able to come up with them. So I have a challenge for you all. Speaking of the set Kaldheim, I'm looking at MTG Stocks, and I'm looking at the 10 most expensive cards in the set. And I just want to see how many of them you all can name. Let's see. The top 5 cards, the top 5 most expensive cards are all mythics. So I figure that should be a decent place to start.
the mono blue
Vorinclex,
the mono blue discard one when you
Orvar,
discard
yes. Orvar. Yep.
Vorinclex.
Vorinclex is number 1 on the list. Orvar is number 2.
Asuka.
Okay, let me look down here. Essica is 3. So you've got 1, 2, 3. Pretty good. What did you say, DJ?
Tybalt.
Nope.
No, not Tybalt.
Tybalt does not crack. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looks like he's number 10.
Is
Nailed
old
it.
Tyvar worth anything?
No.
I don't think a Planeswalker's been worth more than $2 in like 15 years.
The others,
so
the
bad.
others here are definitely gettable.
Getting
right?
a mythic Planeswalker, you're like, oh boy, it's
Goldspan.
$1.50.
Number 1, Vorinclex. Number 2, Orvar. Number 3, Essica. Further down the list.
World Tree?
World
is
Tree, maybe.
somewhere in there.
Well,
Or-
Goldspan
that's-
Dragon too.
Oh, if
pretty
it's all
good.
mythics,
Cass is-
then it's not. Yeah.
Cass is nailing this. The Goldspan Dragon is number. Goldspan Dragon is number
was
4.
in that set. Yeah, you're right.
Goldspan Dragon is still. It was a powerhouse in Standard. That's what people.
Wait, that's number
remember.
4?
That's number 4.
It was in Jumpstart 2022, and I think the list also.
Oh, that's
a
Yeah,
13
it
it's a
was in
$13
precon.
card.
It was in a Pioneer precon as like a 2 of. Or
All right, the next mythic is Jason's favorite guild.
Rakdos?
Simic?
It's Simic. Everyone knows Jason lore except Jason.
Oh, is
here.
it Coma?
It is Coma.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right, and that lives out the that's the mythics at the top. What do you think the most expensive rare in the set is?
At Chariot?
Nope.
No, not Essica's Chariot.
It's a pathway. It's probably the blue green.
It's
not a land.
pathway.
It's not
It's
a land.
it's a creature.
Oh,
The-
the realm thing?
No.
It's
Realm
the
Walker,
world-
no.
It's the World Tree, right?
Nope.
No. Or no.
It's a creature. I think you said it's a creature.
It's a creature.
Is it the black thing that makes them discard?
Nope. It makes you draw cards
Hmm.
when you deal a little damage. Very little damage, like 1 damage.
Oh, is it the chitter, the squirrel?
You're on the it is. Oski.
Was it really that card? I hate that card.
Oski's $11. Yep.
No
I've always
fucking way.
love to pass Tusky and
Pretty,
Green.
pretty good, y'all.
$11.
Pretty good, I gotta say. But are you ready for what's else is in the top 10 that none of you would ever get? The foil. I'm sorry. The Coma's Coil token.
Sure.
I believe that.
Yep.
It's an $8. I'm sorry,
It's-
a $9 token.
It's got Godsire energy.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't even know what Godsire tokens are worth anymore, but that's exactly what it has. Hey, not bad. Look, Cass nailed that. Like, you all ripped off 1, 2, 3, 4 like instantly. That was pretty good. But yeah, I was looking at this token, this $9 token earlier. That made
I
me
think
get on
the
this
top
one.
5 cards in a set are easier to remember than like a random cycle that's all like a buck.
I know. I
I
thought it
love
was
that segment.
a good evolution. Yeah.
On the topic of call time, you
Uh-huh.
can actually check the expected value of a call time booster box on MTG Stocks now. You can go to expected value, and then you can scroll down, and you can check the low, average, or market price of whatever expansion set you want. Corbin, what do you think the TCG low value of a box of call time is when you crack it?
Like what the EV is on
Yep.
low.
TCG
Of
low
call
of a box
time?
of call time.
I say I don't actually know like if Kaldheim is good or not, but
I'll
I'm
give
going
you
to
like
say
a plus or 5 minus 5. I'll give
Sure,
you a plus
sure,
or
sure.
minus 5.
But okay, I'm going to say $70. But I don't know if Kaldheim's good or bad. Like
Kaldheim is the highest EV standard set printed in the past like 3 or 4 years outside of
Okay.
Core Set 2020.
fair enough. I went the other way. But I haven't looked
Do
at
you
box prices.
want to
like
guess
that.
what TCG low on a box of Strixhaven is? These are all assuming draft boxes.
It's like 40 like low 40s, I think, for Strixhaven.
26.
What? What?
If you crack a draft box of Strixhaven, you are just
What?
lighting money on fire. Yeah.
That set is so fun. There's some. Does it come
That
with the
set-
mystical archives?
Strixhaven immediately follow. So I think that's why this is a weird thing, is because
Yeah,
this is
because
counting-
everyone's trying to get those demonic tutors.
Well, I think this is counting draft boxes, so that might factor into like what you open from the product.
Yeah.
But yeah, Call Time was immediately followed by Strixhaven. One of them is 80, one of them is 26.
Oh, I wasn't far off though for what it's
War of
worth.
the Spark is 83, which is
Okay.
pretty solid.
Yeah. Oh, that is good information. That's what MTG Stocks is for. Best information on the internet when it comes to Magic Finance.
It'll also let you compare the average listed price against the TCG low, so you can see what things are listed for versus what they're actually selling for.
$26, huh? I did a draft weekend with people recently, and I was like, I really want to draft Strixhaven, but I couldn't get a box of it in time. But
Well, you didn't
I
have
guess
26 bucks?
I guess I'm glad I didn't. Like, That's rough. That was so fun. It was great to draft. The lesson learned mechanic
It was one
fun.
of the better EDH sets. Honestly, Strixhaven was probably the best EDH set until Baldur's Gate came along.
Speaking of good limited formats, I've seen some people talking about how Phyrexia All Will Be One is a bad draft set.
Yeah.
I think it's real good. Keep in mind, Gatecrash is my favorite draft format, and I also really like Triple Zendikar. Like, this format's aggressive, and the decks that aren't aggressive are, like, really cool and synergistic. I feel it heavy. So, draft Phyrexia All Will Be One. That's my unsponsored sponsor segment.
Well, the 17 Lands, the Arena data tracking project, posted some interesting data that since Arena came out, Phyrexia All Is One, or All Will Be One, had the largest play draw disparity of any set on Arena, which speaks to it being very aggressive. Because if people don't remember Triple Zendikar back in the day, it literally was like you go like 1-drop landfall creature if you were lucky, then 2-drop flyer or landfall, 3-drop flyer or landfall, and no one could block because you'd make your land drops, your creatures would get pumped, you'd attack. So all you did was attack back and forth. And there's I've only played a little bit of Phyrexia, but I have also seen people range from this is the worst set they've released in years to draft to don't listen to these haters, it's fun. We'll find out at the Pro Tour, I guess. You're probably listening to this while all of us here are at MagicCon Philadelphia. And you can turn on twitch.tv/magic, watch the Pro Tour, see what people think of Phyrexia, and you might even catch a glimpse of me in the background. That's the most important. I get to bring back
threat.
Hey, look, I get to bring back my Pro Tour cameos, okay? I'm excited. When it's Arena, they won't let you up there, right? But when it's paper, I can take my laptop, sit right on the table, look over their shoulders, see everything going on in the game. I feel like I'm really doing a journalism, you know?
Those pictures have to be great for your Tinder profile.
Yeah. They probably are. I mean, I don't have a Tinder profile, but I should do more with the pics than I have. Because I don't.
Your Grindr profile, we don't judge. We're not discriminatory here.
So speaking of Philadelphia, it is MagicCon. It is going to be 450,000 square feet. It's going to be huge. And the good news is, if you're a content creator, you don't get to play in the command zone.
Is this really the hill we're dying on today?
Look, I personally, it's whatever, but I'm not shocked. I'll say that. Like, at the very least, it should have been clearly communicated to everybody so that they knew that getting comp to pass did not include access to the command zone. It is rather asinine, in my opinion, to not give sponsored creators access to the command zone. And Sheldon Minery said he was working on it. So by the time you listen to this, we'll see what actually happens.
Isn't like half the attendee of this con like sponsored people though? Like
that
like
it was seems
not
out
hard to get a content creator pass. Not that I am belittling anybody who got one, but like the bar was real low to get one, I think.
I mean, it's just somebody at the office sorting through applications, and like either they are allowed to say yes to everybody if they look legit, or they have a strict limit, you know. But I can't imagine just giving out a pass that doesn't include command zone access is hurting Wizards much. In fact, it probably makes them money to give people passes and then make them pay for the command zone. Just for the record. But that's one side of Philly. I'll be at the Pro Tour, picking features, doing all of that. EJ, you and Cass are going to be vending all weekend. What are you expecting? Is it going to be wilder than Vegas or more tame because Vegas is Vegas? Or what are you thinking?
I don't think it gets more wild than Vegas was.
Yeah, I think Vegas is the
Vegas was a library with a big empty spot in the middle.
Well, for the vendors, like, you know, we bought open to close basically without a break. You know, we had like 10 minutes to eat lunch or whatever.
And we had 9 or 10 buyers the entire time. That was
wow.
We were not like 3 or 4 buyers deep. It was 9 or 10, I think, of us all the entire weekend.
At the worst point, like, our line was an hour and a half long, I think.
And I don't think Philly will be... I think it'll be busy.
I agree.
I don't think it'll be Vegas.
That's like... We like hit the theoretical peak in Vegas, right?
And we do every year.
Right.
Well, yeah, especially now with the pent-up demand of people. And like,
are you implying Las Vegas is a better draw than Philadelphia?
I think Vegas is way worse than Philly. But
they
that's
got
just me.
2 different Four Seasons in Philadelphia. How many Four Seasons are in Vegas? 1 tops? Think about that.
They've got a Liberty Bell in Philadelphia. Isn't the Constitution in Philadelphia? No, the Declaration. Is the Declaration in Philadelphia.
DC.
What am I, Nicolas Cage? I don't know where that
Everything
is.
I know about American history is based on that movie. Okay? Let's be clear up front that if it was not in National Treasure 1 or 2, I don't know it. Okay?
Oh
And
my
everything
god,
else-
you're not even being hyperbolic. That's literally true. You don't know anything about history that's not in those 2 movies.
about American history, man. Because everything they taught me in school here was made up, so I only have Nicolas Cage to trust.
Yeah, you went to
Okay.
school in Oklahoma. You're like, they don't do land run day everywhere.
Man, they do still have Land Run Day.
Daddy, why didn't they talk about when the dinosaurs fought Jesus?
Because they're afraid of our guns, son.
Philly's a great food city. I'll say that much. You got the market right next door, but you also got like I don't know, a couple hundred other incredible restaurants. Someone on Twitter did a really thorough
Somebody had
breakdown
a
of
moment.
restaurants.
Yeah, somebody on Twitter had a moment.
I will say their breakdown of restaurants did not include Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so it is incomplete. So there still are some hidden gems to find if you want to do a little exploring.
Do you think I've never been to, I'll be honest, I've actually never been to Philadelphia except to fly through the airport. Like, I've never gone out and been anywhere. So you guys talk about the market. I've never been there. Do they have like, what's the word I'm looking for? Chipotle?
There is a Chipotle a couple blocks from the convention center.
All right,
Well,
we're
don't
good.
tell him.
We're good. I love Philadelphia. Love it. Great city.
Don't tell him that, because like I just know my trip to Friday, Saturday, Sunday is going to get interrupted by Corbin finding a Buffalo Wild Wing and steering the whole group that way.
Well,
And then we'll have to podcast without Corbin because he's dead and me because I'm in jail.
I do actually think if that happened again, like if there was another group dinner that I commandeered, and by me, of course, I don't mean me, I mean my presence, sent it to Buffalo Wild Wings. Because what Jason is talking about is we were at Gen Con with a big group one time. We'd gone to Buffalo
Oh, look
Wild
at
Wings
you.
for
He's
lunch.
going to imply it happened once. He's going to sit here and pretend he's only done this once.
All right, I'll give you that. There was a time that the restaurant was closed, and someone was like, "Corbin's here. We have to go to Buffalo Wild Wings." And I wasn't even part of the conversation, but I was there, so we went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Lying by omission is still lying.
You're gonna pretend like I remember anything else from this story. All I remember is that I was not to blame, but I did enjoy it.
JJ clip that.
One of the times.
Just Corbin saying all I remember is that I was not to blame. And then just put it on his tombstone after Jason murders him.
That's how my brain works too, though. I can't even give him that hard a time.
This has nothing to do with any of what we're talking about, but I went to a restaurant the other day that had the wings on their menu as at market price. Just give me a little bit.
Wait,
Buffalo
wings?
wings. Buffalo wings. Market,
Market
price.
price.
That's like not. I
We,
can go back.
we
to the
use
picture.
egg in the batter,
The
so.
price of buffalo is soaring these days.
There's a buffalo shortage. On
Well, you know what they
account of
say:
the,
buffalo, 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 buffalo. You got to pay for each buffalo.
Buffalo's a buffalo's a buffalo's a buffalo. You know.
Yeah, sometimes it do be like that.
Sure, it'd be exactly like that. I didn't get that one, but I'm sure some of you at home got it. But here's what you should all get at home, and that is a Coalesce apparel branded hoodie, t-shirt. Come on, BSB, Coalesce, Jiv Bot, Caleb Durward. The list goes on and on. They have
I'm wearing my Shiv and Bot shirt right
Yeah, I
now.
see that. That's
Get
why I
your
said it.
Coalesce stuff. You don't have to buy just our stuff, but you should buy all of our stuff. We have stickers and t-shirts and hoodies.
and we
But
appreciate
you
the
should buy
support.
other people's stuff too. Support Caleb and Shivam and
EDH
Jim
Rec.
Davis has a hockey jersey. Buy it and see if it's good.
So I think it's a little late to get the stuff for Philly, but if you do have it, you should bring it. It does provide some insulation from batteries being thrown at you. Like it's just an extra layer, right? Just like
One drunk person throws batteries at Santa one time. The entire world never lets the city live it down.
I don't know. I think if you wear enough Coalesce Apparel and Design t-shirts, you'll be safe from most rioting activities. Just like a big cushion of t-shirts. So,
yeah.
Buy 20 or 30 shirts and you'll be immortal.
That's a lot of BSB shirts right there. And use that gift code, Brainstorm Brewery, to get 10% off of that. It'll support us. It'll support you because you're going to need to be supported with all those layers. And, you can save some money that way. So go check out Coalesce Design and Apparel. You know them, you love them. They're the best place for apparel in all of Magic. And the best place. Go ahead.
Do a capitalism.
Do a capitalism.
Do a commerce.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of doing a capitalism, doing a commerce, speaking of the best in the business, it's time for our pick of the week.
Pick of the week, pick of the week, pick of the week. Time for the pick of the week.
See how I took the steering wheel right there, DJ, and I was just like, got us right back on track.
Like when Sandra Bullock took over driving the bus in the movie Speed, when the first bus driver took a spare round.
It was like that scene in Mad Max Fury Road when the guy takes the steering wheel from Charlize Theron, and she's like,
her name
"What's
is
the gun?"
Furiosa.
Furiosa, yeah.
How do you forget something that stupid?
All right, pick of the week time. I'm going to start things off, and I am confident that somebody out there is going to know exactly when this happened. But you know what? I don't. But at some point in the past, there was this pick made, and guess what? It's still a good pick. Teferi's Ageless Insight, $4, heading up more. It's been climbing steadily since the beginning of the year. Teferi's Ageless Insight, the core set 2021. If you would draw a card, draw two. It's pretty good. It turns out there's a full art version of it that's actually not even that expensive, but it's an alternate art, I guess I should say, not full art. But that's it. It's just everything that there was a couple versions in M21, but has not had another printing. So Teferi's Ageless Insight at $4 got a real good looking graph.
We never figured out as a podcast what to say after pick of the week. Did
Wow,
we?
nice pick, man.
Because we all just like don't say
nice
anything if we don't disagree.
Well, it's nice pick. Great pick, Corbin. Don't worry though, I took your silence for approval. Like you just said nothing. I was like, damn, they just must all be thinking to themselves, that was good.
God, Corbin's really just on fire
Just
tonight.
fucking, yeah, dude.
He's looking young and slim and virile. That pick was so good.
I don't like that word.
Thank you, Cass. I liked all of those words.
You like the word virile?
You can I'll invoice you on PayPal for that one, okay?
Fair. All right, Cass, you can go next. What are you looking at for your pick this week?
I'm picking Sword of Forge and Frontier, which might seem weird because it's a card that just came out and is $20, but card has this thing going on with it where it doesn't really have any alternate versions, and most other mythics in the set do, so it's not really in collector boosters outside of like foil printings.
Mm-hmm.
And the card is the only sword legal in Pioneer, will almost certainly export well to Japan, and is kind of showing up in Pioneer a little bit. Like red and green are good colors to have protection from in the
Yeah, they are.
what do you call it? The mono green devotion.
Mono green format.
Yeah. So
The two decks are the two biggest decks in the format are like mono green is sort of the like default of the format. It's not the best, but like Rakdos is the best. So you're absolutely right. Having red and green protection is enormous.
there's also this like red green stompy deck with Essica's Chariot and Reckless Stormseeker that's making waves, and that deck is both playing it and that card is good against it. So
Well, see, they used to think that swords were cool and that people would want them, right? But then they decided that they needed 9 Elish Norn printings instead, so you get one version of Sword of Forge and Frontier.
and this isn't
Makes
like a card I'd
perfect
go
sense.
deep on. I would buy like a couple copies if you want to play with it, and that's kind of it.
All right, Jason, you ready? What do you got?
No version of Displacer Kitten should be under $10. The borderless ones are under $10. It's unreal.
That card's very, very strong. It is.
That card made so many waves when it came out. I've literally
It's the best
never
card
played
in the
against
best
one.
set of the last 3 years. Like, I don't know how that card stays under $10.
You got
The
a way to put it.
borderless foils are like, or the non-borderless foils are like the same price as the regular art non-foil. Like foils suck now, but I still think that borderless foils have upside for whatever reason. But I like the borderless non-foil version of Displacer Kitten, and it's just about the same price as the non-foil right now, which will not persist. These prices will diverge from each other. So get the good one. We'll get the bad one too. It's still Displacer Kitten. I don't know. I'm at the Cubs.
Yeah, so
That
for
card
people,
has the,
Buy my card.
Displacer Kitten is a 4 mana 2/2. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, exile a target non-land permanent you control, then return it.
That card kind of has like the Felidar Guardian effect where it scales with the format and it goes infinite with a bunch of things. Maybe not infinite, but like pretty close to it. There was a little thing in Legacy a while back where you'd use it with Trinket Mage to get all the zeros and ones out of your deck.
Mm-hmm.
I guess all the zeros and then
That
you
makes
get the
sense,
ones.
yeah, because it counts, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it triggers off of non-creature spells. Also, I just have to say, I'm looking at the art on the full art version here for the first time in my life. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. So good for them. That card's neat. Also, to Jason's point though, this card bottomed out at around $7 at the end of last year, and has climbed from there back up to about 9 or whatever. So yeah, he's right. It's well on its way.
I've got a VRIO pick that just bottomed out recently, so yeah, it doesn't sound great, does it? Yeah,
Well, you didn't say
It sounds
in a funny
okay.
way.
My pick of the week is based on a legacy deck that I saw a screenshot of. Very, very scientific. So, Phyrexian Metamorph is a casual... Yeah, I saw that reaction. A casual all-star. It's always been one of the coolest clones because it does creatures or artifacts, and you can pay 3 mana for it. It's very versatile. And there's a legacy deck out there that uses the new Mycosynth Gardens to copy some very silly artifact mana. And you use that artifact mana to cast your companion, which is Gyruda. And then you play a bunch of clones, you go off, you get like 4 Gyrudas and a Dragon Lord Kolaghan, and then you kill them.
That'll do it. Yeah. You're playing a Warp World type strategy.
Phyrexian Metamorph is like $5 or $6, and it has historic demand from multiple formats. It's got some really interesting printing. Secret Lair and Double Masters Borderless Winds looking real cool. But I mean, you can just be basic and go with the regular Double Masters or list copy one, Mr. Booster. That's fine.
I believe the person who built that deck was XJ Cloud 9, I want to say. Big time legacy brewer. Just want to give a shout out there for making a really cool deck. Also, I remember when Phyrexian Metamorphs hit like under $1 after Double Masters dropped, and I bought like 50 of them, and I was like, I'm so smart. I sold the 50 copies for like 3s. I'm like, I'm so smart.
Yep.
The card only has room to grow up until it, gets printed again, but...
I went and found this deck y'all are talking about with Gyruda, and I see a screenshot. There's a lot of Garudas in the battlefield. It sounds like looks kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought about picking Grim Monolith as my pick of the week, but like,
Okay.
I think that card is like an honorary pick of the week. It's still probably fine. A lot of the Commander, like the CEDH stuff, is down. Like I also think Wheel of Fortune should not be below $500, but that's just like, that's an opinion I've held for like 5 years.
Sure.
But Phyrexian Metamorph is the affordable one.
Yeah, Wheel. There was one weekend where Wheel was like $500, right? And now it's kind of settled down to 300-ish.
Yeah.
Which sucks, because I was waiting for it to go up more.
Yeah, I also have a couple. Maybe I don't play Wheels in any of my decks, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's not even fun to play, like... I've never cast a wheel and had everyone not be like, oh boy. It's always felt bad.
Well, and the thing is, it's like, if you cast a wheel and people are happy about it, that's probably bad for you in the game.
Yeah.
And if you cast a wheel and people are mad about it, now everyone's mad at you, and you still might get a shitty hand. So, I don't know. I just hate giving my opponents resources, so I don't ever play it. But and if you're playing them in a combo way, you're just playing Nekuzar and everyone hates you anyway.
Did you say you hate taking your opponent's resources and you have a Bolas tribal deck?
No. I hate giving my opponents resources.
Oh, giving your
resources. Yeah, so like the only wheel I've ever played in a deck is Dark Deal, where you wheel everyone -1, and I played in Bolas where I have, like Liliana's Caress or whatever. And at the very least, it still takes a card from them. So, yeah, I mean, that's the only wheel I think I've ever played. But actual Wheel of Fortune, never cast. Maybe it's good. Who knows?
Maybe it's good.
Maybe it's good. The other thing we want to touch on this week, and I think I might have accidentally been the one to halfway break this news on Twitter, but we remember Hasbro is doing layoffs, and it seems that those layoffs have also been coming to Wizards. For people who don't know, obviously this is tragic. We talked about this a few weeks ago with just the larger economy, but in a world where Hasbro is propped up by Wizards of the Coast, it feels very, very bad to see Wizards of the Coast employees laid off as a result of Hasbro's financial struggles, even as WotC itself becomes a $1 billion brand, or Magic becomes a $1 billion brand, or whatever the specifics are. The point is, it sucks. And we just wanted to give a shout out to all those people. We all have a lot of friends inside the building at Wizards, so good luck to everybody affected by the layoffs. Hopefully we'll get to hang out in Philly. I'll say this, like, I've learned a lot in this industry over the 10 plus years I've been doing this now, and it's that no job is safe. That's what I've taken from. You can work for a company outside of Magic. You can work for a company in gaming. You can work for Wizards, and you're still never safe. So I guess that's why it's always good to have Magic cards to fall back on, huh?
Jesus, Corbin, just like show a picture of a dead puppy or something instead. Like,
Hey, I just wanted to say something about it. I know, I hear you, but
that's something to end the episode.
I would have
on.
just felt a little. I would have felt a little guilty if I didn't just say something about it because it sucks.
I think saying, like, it sucks is one thing, and then on the other hand being like, WotC posting record profits and record sales, and then firing a bunch of people. It's not just WotC and Hasbro, right? Like, Disney had fucking 7,000 layoffs, whatever. And all these companies are like, the CEOs are richer than ever, and the employees are getting laid off. So what I'm really saying is, eat the rich, kill your landlord, and hail Satan.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next week.
That's the new ChatGPT motto for Brainstorm. That's added to the algorithm. Like, it's gonna float into a voice to text, and it's gonna next time I ask ChatGPT for a podcast introduction, it's gonna say "Eat the rich and hail Satan." And you know what? I approve. I endorse that.
Some of these companies are using ChatGPT to write their layoff emails, so feels fair game, honestly.
See you in